Mm-mm-mm-mm. All you James Harden fans out there, you guys have eggs on your faces right now. I keep telling y'all about this guy, and apparently a lot of people out there don't learn. This dude ain't who y'all say he is or who y'all think he is. This dude is not who y'all think he is. So it's no secret that James Harden wants out of Philly. All right. The bloom is off the rose. He is, by all accounts, divorced himself from the idea of playing another game with the Philadelphia 76ers. Now, he's out in Houston somewhere. God knows he's probably at some titty bar or doing whatever out in Houston, right? I don't know. I don't care. But what I do care about is the fact that you got teammates out there that's trying to get things together before the season start, and he ain't there. He not there. He not there. He's like, you know what? I'm not. When he said that he was never going to play another game with the 76ers, apparently he's making good on his promise because he's like, fuck this, fuck you, I'm out of here. He ain't been with the team since Sunday. He has not played in any regular season games. They final not regular season game, preseason games. I'm sorry, preseason games. So he ain't played no preseason games up to this point. It's unlikely he will play in the final preseason game on Friday prior to the start of the regular season next week. Mm-mm-mm. Boy. James, look, and he trying to force a trade to the Clippers. Why would the Clippers even entertain a thought of bringing this guy in is beyond me. Or the two sides are still far apart in the deal. If I'm the Clippers, I wouldn't even entertain this thing. If I'm the Clippers, I would not even entertain. Why would they? They have no incentive to entertain this idea of acquiring James Harden. For one, James Harden opted into this player option this year. So essentially, he's a free agent next year. He's an unrestricted free agent next year. So why would you force your way out of a situation now when you could become an unrestricted free agent next year? And you wouldn't have to be bound by the 76ers. It's Lord. I don't want to go in the way I want to go in, right? But any team that trades for this guy, their GM don't need to be a GM no more. All right, this dude has, throughout his career, if you look at what happened in Houston, if you look at what happened in Brooklyn, and you look at what happened in Philly, there is a common denominator in this thing, and that's him. He's the one that doesn't show up in big moments. He's the one that's getting paid the big dollars. He's the one that's getting coaches fired. And then ESPN, you dimwits, y'all sit up there and compare him and Joel Embiid to Shaq and Kobe? Are you out of your fucking minds? You guys are just as responsible for what the fuck's going on right now because you keep on propping these goddamn players up and y'all keep putting these people in positions they have no business being in. You got this guy and Joel Embiid, two notorious playoff choke artists, in the same breath as a Kobe Bryant and a Shaquille O'Neal. Are you out of your fucking minds? If you, dudes like that should not be talking basketball at all. And you should not be surprised about James Harden's antics because when he can't get his way, he's going to take his ball and go home. Wait. I can't get my way. Wait. this is what's going on with James Harden right now. You should not be surprised. What's that, Herm? I told y'all about this guy. He ain't what he is. This man is not it. If you want somebody who's going to be built for the long haul, don't look at this guy. Don't look at James Harden. He ain't built like that. He don't got the goods. He don't got no nuts. What's up, Daryl Matthews? Who's everybody that's in the building? Hit that like button. We gonna make this bitch go viral. Because I told y'all, you make your money in the regular season, you'll make your legacy in the postseason. And in the postseason, James Harden comes up short consistently. And he got Doc Rivers fired. That bastard got Doc Rivers fired, and he ain't nowhere to be found in the goddamn Sixers practice. Get the fuck out of here. He gonna sit out until the conditions are right for him. Then when the conditions are right for him, that's when he'll come back. He don't want to go through the grind. He don't want it. He don't want it, man. He don't want it. So you should not be surprised when he chokes it up. He tricks it off in the playoffs and shit. And I would be like, see, that's typical James Harden for you. How you supposed to build team chemistry if your best player ain't there? And then when he decides to come back, then he's gonna ruin the chemistry of the team. All because, oh well, I gotta get these games in. I love playing basketball. I'm trying to win the championship. No, you not, motherfucker. You ain't trying to win no goddamn championship. Rest in peace to Kobe Bryant, because Kobe Bryant told you that your style of play was not conducive to winning a championship. Did you listen? Well, unfortunately, you did not, because the same shit keeps going on. The same shit keeps happening. And then when you peel back the onion, you find out, oh, well, he don't like coming to practice, and he be out in the club in Houston, and he be at this titty bar, and he was out there partying up with these rappers and all that, not taking the game seriously. And then he wants to be all upset with people going at him because he out here tricking it off. We don't say titties over titles just because it's a catchy slogan. It's the fucking truth. We don't say titties over titles because it's some catchy catchphrase or some shit. No, this dude stay tricking it off. James Harden was a no-show at Philadelphia 76ers practice on Wednesday. Here's what you need to know. He has not been present with the 76ers since Sunday, missing a shoot-around and Monday's preseason win over Brooklyn, which he did not travel with the team. It is unclear when and if Harden will return to the 76ers as team activities exploring trade options. His absence from the practice comes one day after the Athletic reported that the Sixers and LA Clippers remain engaged in trade talks for the guard. League sources told the Athletic that the 34-year-old has not attended any of Philadelphia's 3 preseason games and has only participated in one 5-on-5 live competition in the 2 weeks since training camp began. Throughout the summer, the 10-time All-Star reiterated his desire to not play for the 76ers and to be traded to the Clippers. He opted into this $35.6 million deal in August for the upcoming season in order for him and the 76ers to work together on a trade out of Philadelphia. Tensions escalated that month when Harden called out Daryl Morey, calling him a liar while speaking at a marketing event in China after the 76ers decided to end trade talks. And that's when Harden said, well, I will never play for that organization again. The NBA subsequently launched an inquiry into Harden's comments and fined him $100,000 for his public trade demands. In turn, the NBA Players Association said it will file a grievance regarding the discipline. And if I'm the Clippers, why the fuck would I trade for him knowing that he's an unrestricted free agent next year? So if I'm Lawrence Frank, because I think that's the guy who's running the Clippers right now, why would I trade for this guy knowing good and well that next year he's an unrestricted free agent anyway? And I can just sign him on there. So the Clippers don't have any incentive on bringing this guy in right now. And the way things are continuing to play out for James Harden, he's playing these reindeer games, and he's going to find himself out of the NBA. So, if you wonder why I'm a James Harden detractor, actions like this is why I'm a James Harden detractor. Because one thing I understand about the habit, old habits die hard. Leopards don't change their spots. And we continue to see over and over and over again, he go to a new team, plays well, tricks it off in the playoffs, becomes unhappy with whatever situation, whether it be player or coach, management or whatever, and then, I don't like it no more. I want out. That's what's going on right now. For the third fucking time. Actually, for the Houston. No, I take that back. For the fourth fucking time. Now you're trying to force your way out of Philadelphia after just last year you said, oh, I want to retire a Sixer. I want to retire a Sixer. Hell, Philadelphia is better off keeping Ben Simmons for all this bullshit that they got going on right now with him. They're better off keeping Ben Simmons. But y'all know what I think? I'm going to tell you what I think. I think the decision to not pay James Harden a max contract came from the Sixers brass, the ownership. I think the ownership told Daryl Morey, you will not give James Harden a max contract. Because you mean to tell me all these years that Daryl Morey and James Harden, best friends forever, ding! All these years that Daryl Morey was talking up James Harden, saying that he was better than Michael Jordan, saying he was the best scorer ever in the history of the NBA based on analytics. All that talking up James Harden was doing Daryl Morey, and all that talking up that Daryl Morey was doing to James Harden, and all of a sudden, this year, the Blues off the rules. The fuck out of here. Ownership told Daryl Morey, you will not pay James Harden that max contract, because that's really what it's all about. Because if y'all remember, when the Sixers brought in Daniel House, they brought in PJ Tucker, right? And the NBA found that the Sixers were tampering. They found that the Philadelphia 76ers were tampering because last year, James Harden, either last year or 2 years ago, James Harden took a pay cut. James Harden took a pay cut to bring in his former Houston running buddies in PJ Tucker and fucking Daniel House. And that he was going to get compensated on the back end. And what happened? The NBA found that the NBA found that the Philadelphia 76ers was tampering, and the Philadelphia 76ers were docked second-round picks. And after what the ownership saw in that playoff series last year against the Boston Celtics. The one time in my fucking life that I campaigned for James Harden, hey, James Harden, this is your series. If you show up, the 76ers win this series. If you show up and play, the 76ers win that series. And for the first game or two in that series against the Boston Celtics last year, he started to prove me right about, hey, if you play, if the Sixers gonna win if you play. But if you don't show up, the Sixers not gonna win. What this motherfucker do in game 6? Right? When the game is right there, you're at home in a close game. It was there for the fucking taking. And what you do, James Harden? What you do? Or matter of fact, what did you not do? You didn't show up when it mattered most. Because that's what you are, James Harden. You are the fucking fraud. You're the quitter. You're the motherfucker that will run when shit gets tough. But instead, we'll find your ass at whatever random strip club out there with your fucking jersey hanging in the rafters as the guy who contributed the most money to all this, to these bitches going through college while all the spilt liquor on the floor. And you got nerve to be showing up in camp with a big old gut, look like you going through your second trimester and big ass fucking titties. And I'm supposed to treat it. Oh, Lord have mercy. Look, if I told y'all once, I told y'all 1,000 times, this dude ain't it. He ain't built like that. We got standards. The people who are in it, who watch basketball since the 70s and 80s, we know what greatness looked like. This man ain't it. And when we call out this shit, then you got these young Thundercats that's running around out here talking this bullshit about, oh man, you being a hater. You being a hater, LB. You don't know what you talk about. You don't know what you talk about, LB. James Harden out there, he the man. He the truth, man. Yeah, as he's getting away with traveling and grabbing people by the arm, this man lived and died at the fucking free throw line. That's how he got all the goddamn numbers. And then when they took that away, what did he have? Huh? When the NBA 2 years ago started doing it with all these ticky-tack fouls and shit, guys kicking out their leg and guys out there initiating contact and putting on all these theatrics so they can go to the fucking free throw line. When they took that away, what did he have? Oh man, he got that U stick, man. Yeah, and 98% of the time don't call fucking travel. Cry me a river, goddammit. This dude ain't it. He ain't it. Now we know he in Houston now. I can bet you last night James Harden was at the fucking club last night. He was at some strip club and one of them bitches was out there going jiggling in front of his face because I want some big titties in my face. I need to take the stress off. Go ahead, Danielle. Go ahead and start jiggling for me one more time. I got these $100 bills for you. Go ahead and jiggle it for me one more time. And then after he's, get done having all kinds of titty milk on his bed and all that, then he'll take his ass over to Trill Burgers. He'll take his ass over to Trill Burgers and they'll be right there for his 3-for-1 special. God damn it. Make me sick. Goddamn, boy. Y'all, shit. You guys let me know what y'all think about this, man. You should not be surprised. If you heard the report today about James Harden not being with his team, he's out there in Houston, whatever, doing whatever with whoever, you should not be surprised. At all. If you're not subscribed to this channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and share these videos on your social media platforms. And hopefully they do a better job of cleaning up all the spilt liquor that's on the floor right now, wherever club James Harden was at last night. Shouts out to the LDBC. This your man. Scream at me. Hey!